Hi guys. So the worst nightmare of a YouTuber happened to me. I spoke for like 30 minutes and it was not recording. Yeah, but whatever. I will start all over again for you. Okay, hi guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for coming and please hit the subscribe button. Yeah, if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. And please hit the subscribe button and like, share. My name is Lola and I live in the United Kingdom. I'm a nurse. Hi guys. Yeah, so I create content mostly about lifestyle because what's happening? Few seconds. Yeah. So yeah, I create content mostly about lifestyle um and cooking. So you can watch my videos, like my shorts mostly. I've only done one video about cooking in the main video section. But for cooking, for a lot of them, you can watch the shorts or you can visit my Instagram page to see ideas, and recipes on how to cook majorly Nigerian soups. Um, International and continental dishes definitely would come in handy or would come in, shortly. Not shortly, but yeah, will come in later on. Okay. But for now, yeah, just let us take it one step at a time. Okay. So as you can see from the description or from the title, I want to first talk about the weddings that blew the internet over the past 1 month. And then I would also talk about the main reason why I decided to do this video. Now, um, for the weddings, for the main reason why I actually wanted to do this video, I just want to talk about the skills that people need to have or the things that the younger generation have to learn, you know, that would help them in adulthood. Okay. I'm trying to remember the things I said in the previous video, but we'll just take it as it is. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is the wedding. Now, I see a lot of people post things, said things, comment, and all of that. But personally, I'll first talk about Moses Bliss's wedding. Um, I think I love the wedding. I love the poise. It was screaming value. It was screaming elegance. It was screaming taste. It was screaming class. I love it. I loved it. I loved every part of that wedding. There was nothing. I have no nothing to say. This part did not. Mm-mm. Maybe the only part was that, of course, it was in Ghana. It was not somewhere close. It was not in Nigeria or something. But that's even not anything because that's where the wife is from. That's where the bride is from. So that one is nothing. I loved the class. I loved modesty. I loved everything about the wedding. It was just beautiful. And of course for Vicky James, it was beautiful as well. It was lovely. I would only say more about Moses Bliss because that was like the one I would say I paid more attention to. Because I had a bit of time on my hands. For Vicky James's wedding, I was a bit busy around that period, so I didn't really pay attention. But yeah, it's their wedding. I loved it. I love the fact that they enjoyed themselves. It was well planned. That is one thing I noticed about the both weddings. They were well planned for. It was not like, okay, let us just quickly do it, or let us just. It was a wedding that was well planned for. Let me adjust my camera. Yeah, I think. Yeah. So it was a bit not straight, but yeah. So I love the fact that it was well planned for. It was something that everybody enjoyed themselves. It spoke of class. Sorry, I'll take some drink. So personally, I loved it. And of course, being a Christian, I love the fact that they acknowledged God. God was in the picture. There was no part of the wedding that you would watch and you would not actually know that these people are Christians. Now, I'm not being biased, but yeah, it is what it is. They revealed their value even in the big ceremony. And I also loved another thing about it being that they are people of people. The relationship, you will know that these people are big on relationships. Everybody surrounding them. For even people to travel all the way to Nigeria to Ghana for your wedding, that's a big deal in this economy. So yeah, they are people of people. It shows that they value people. They are big on relationships. You know, and also for Vicky James as well. You know, the friends that they banter together on social media, they are actually the people that they are together at the wedding. So yeah, they are. I love that part because I feel I'm a person of people as well. I love people. I love to enjoy my time with people that we are close, and yeah, so let's just go right into the video. And before we use Vicky James's wedding and Moses Bliss wedding to take the entire video, so what I actually want to talk about is the primary skills or the primary things I feel like the younger generation should pay attention to. These days I see a lot of misplaced priorities. Now, I am not bashing anybody. I am not saying that I mean, as much as I see people that display misplaced priorities, I see people that are getting it right as well, even at a very young age, and I really envy them because some of the things they're exposed to, I was not exposed to them at when I was at that particular age. So I love it when people get it right and when people like live an intentional life even from a younger age. And this is one of the things I really want to talk about in this video because it looks like when you go on the internet and you're like, how, what did we do exactly in this generation? Where are we not getting it right? So one of the things I want to talk about, or the first thing I want to talk about, is social skills. Social skills. Starting from making your friends, because I think from a very young age, that is when people decide, this person is going to be my friend, that person is going to be my friend. Even from family, friends, and everything, that is where it starts from. And I feel like, yes, we might not have some control over the kind of friends probably we grew up with, probably because we inherited friendship from our parents' relationships. But when we grow older, when we are getting to that age where we can say yes and no, we can define the relationships. If you are very close to me, I am big on defining relationships. I will not call you my friend because we talk a lot. If we are actually not friends, we are not friends. And friendship is not a thing that it just exists because you talk a lot. It's something that you have to invest in. You have to be intentional. You have to be there for your friends. That is what friendship is. Friendship is actually a lot more than that. But friendship is an exchange of value, a person that you feel safe if this person rubs off on you. Now, you might have your own opinion about friendship, but that is what sincerely I think about friendship. Friendship is a big deal. And I think it should be built with every ounce of intentionality, every fiber of intentionality. There are some people that you should not allow in your inner space. You should not allow in your private space. Like my pastor would say, there are some people that should not even step into your house. I would say probably my husband is actually very strong on that. There are some people that it would say, I don't want this person to come into the house. Especially from his own side, because me, I don't really have like a big circle in that. We both don't have like that very big circle of friends. And I think it's actually from defining relationship. Define your relationships. This person is actually my church member. This person is my friend. This person is my colleague. This person is define so that the expectations, you will know what to expect, what to give. You will not give more than you are collecting. If that actually makes any sense, there will be balance in everything. So social skills is something that is actually a very wide topic. Conflict resolution is one of social skills. How to, because even in your circle of friends, there will be days where your values will cause some friction against each other. How do you resolve it? Even in your marriage, how do you resolve it? How do you talk about it without, it might hurt you, but you are not coming from a place of hurt. You are coming from a place of, you are trying to express yourself without hurting your relationship, without letting go of your relationship. conflict resolution is a big deal that I feel like people should learn, because a lot of people, in the process of like um resolving issues, they step on each other's toes. You say some things you're not meant to say. I can't be like that too sometimes. So I'm talking to myself as well. You say some things you're not supposed to say, and then it looks like, oh, you might lose the relationship. And actually, you know deep within yourself that the relationship is worth more than whatever has happened. So that is still boiling to the fact that you need to define your relationship in the first place. Because definitely there's some relationship that actually you personally, you know that you are waiting for that time that something big will happen, and it's just this person should not just find their place in my life again. You don't even need to get to that point. Anyways, define your relationship. Set the standard, set the boundary. Yeah. The second thing I want to talk about is emotional intelligence. This is something you can read about even on internet. You can Google it. There are books on emotional intelligence. There is a lot of things for you to learn on emotional intelligence. How do you relate with others? What do you say to people? How do you express yourself? And you are not, in any way, you know, demeaning people um or stepping on people's toes, or how you actually, something came to my mind while I was talking. But what I actually wanted to say is that emotional intelligence is just very key, because you know how to present your mind out, even if what is on your mind is to the extreme of emotions. Maybe you are too happy or you are too hurt. You find a way of bringing a balance and presenting it out. Emotional intelligence. You know how to discuss what is in your mind in a way that you are not stepping on this person's values. You are not infringing into their boundaries. Just read about it. That's all I have to say. This is not a class. I'm just bringing out points. Financial education. Financial education is a big deal. Investments. The assets you can buy to tie down your money. The things you can do so that you are not in debt all the time. Definitely, there are some times that you take loans, but how do you know, and for most of the people that I've come across with, or for the most of us, let me say, we came from the background of, not having too much. Probably we're just surviving, you know. It is now this is not an age where you start blaming your parents for not doing well for you. There are a lot of things that you can learn to pave way for you. You can learn coding, you can learn something about the tech industry. That's a lot of, things that is booming now. One. Another thing is learn how to monetize the skills that you have. The talent of talking. Instead of talking, gisting with your friends all the time without collecting money, open a YouTube channel and talk. Learn how to monetize your skills. If you know how to cook, post it on this thing. Learn how to, create a design that people will be attracted to it, and it will get you money. A lot of people that you see on social media today is not because probably they have something special about them. Some of them also grew up from, the most humble of the backgrounds, but they've learned to monetize their skills. And yeah, learn to monetize your skill. Investment, buy shares, you know, buying shares with some of these companies that, they pay. I won't talk more than that. I feel like there's a lot of things I want to say, but I don't want this video to be a long one. Another thing I also want to talk about is negotiation skills. Learn how to negotiate. Learn how to. This was one of the things I talked about in the previous video that I didn't know was not recording. Negotiation is not just about money. Like when you go to the market, you say, I have shogba 10 naira. No, shogba. No, it is not a matter of shogba alone. Of course, learn how to negotiate in the market. That's even only applicable probably in Nigeria, because in most supermarkets they would have labeled it, so there is no negotiation. But negotiation in terms of when values are are, are are competing with each other, when priorities are clashing, when you have to prioritize something more than the other, that's actually negotiation. Now, that is even yourself. In terms of relationships, how to negotiate what you expect from this other person. and how to also project what they should expect from you. It is not only when you sit down and talk about these things. Now, even in marriage, there is a way you present yourself in a way that this other person knows that you expect this thing from them, and they should know what they should expect of you as well. Negotiation is having that emotional intelligence to present to this other person what they should expect. Now, there was this relationship that I thought I would have. It's not romantical. I'm talking about a lady, and I am straight. There's this lady that I loved a lot. I still love her. I love her poise. I loved her charisma. I loved the fact that she's intelligent. I just loved everything about this lady. This happened, I think, last year majorly, and this year I just made up my mind about the whole thing. So, because I loved her a lot, I was always around her. I was always in her face. I was always projecting myself on her. I was quick to talk to her about things. I was quick to just express myself to her and everything. Because, somebody you really love and somebody you've heard a lot about, so situation came and then something just brought both of us together. So I felt like, oh, this is an opportunity for us to grow the relationship. But she didn't feel that way about me. Yeah, she had a lot of logistics, but I need to run fast. So she didn't feel that way about me. And then I had to negotiate with myself. I had to talk to myself to negotiate, okay, what to project out and what to expect from her. And that solved the issue. So I did not dispose the relationship off. I did not cut the person off completely, but I learned to, balance it in terms of negotiation. And that actually led me to the point where I will talk about boundary setting. Set your boundaries and also respect it when people set their boundaries. So boundaries is actually learning to say no, and also knowing the amount of access you give to people into your space, into your life, into your mindset, into your marriage, into your children's life, into yourself. Just basically that, learning what information to give out, and also learning not to infringe into people's spaces as well. So that's just basically what boundary is. Set your boundaries and respect it when other people also set their boundaries. I'm trying to run very fast because of time. I don't want this video to be a long one. Another thing I want to talk about is communication. Communication is essential in every relationship you can find yourself in, even in marriage. Communication can make or mar your relationship. Recently, my friends called me and they were like, not recently, but sometimes ago, they were like, you need to talk. You need to let us know what's up with you. And I'm like, I don't want to disturb you. No, that's why we are friends. You need to let me know what's going on so that we can come in, and I'm better off. I'm getting a lot from my friendships because I'm communicating better. I'm not talking in terms of, just money or whatever. I'm talking in terms of value. We are able to communicate to each other. We are even able to respect each other more. This person calling me and say, Lola, what you said to me, I didn't really like it. Probably I was just joking. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with what you just said, And I'm also able to say that this thing that you actually did, I don't like it. Being able to communicate your differences with respect, with love, still maintaining the relationship, even though you are setting your boundaries. Communication will go a long way, even in your marriage. You can't survive a marriage without communicating. Something is happening, you are hurt about something, you're not telling your spouse, or probably there's something the spouse is doing, you are not comfortable, you're not telling her, you're not telling him. It's very soon that little thing you think you're actually protecting the person's ego or emotions, you will see that particular thing is actually ruining the relationship. So you need to get the best from every relationship by communicating better. Another thing I think that people should also learn is time management. Time management cannot be overemphasized in everything, and it does not start from your job alone, because most times where we learn time management is with our jobs. When we are told to resume at 8 o'clock, that is where we start learning. I feel like everybody should learn how to manage themselves, because I've come to realize something. Time runs the world. Time runs the world. Time is what makes everything happen. Okay? If there's something that needs to learn, it's within the boundary of time. Time is what makes everything happen. So if you don't pay respect to time, there is no way you'll be able to really achieve your full potential. Okay, because time waits for nobody. So you need to work in respect to time. You need to pay attention to when you wake. Yeah, I know that there are some days that you wake up and you're very tired, you snooze your alarm, but don't let it be an habitual thing. Let it be maybe once in a while you are very tired. Let your body know self that it is when you are tired that you actually snooze your alarm. Pay respect to time. That is when you will see a lot of things that time will yield to you. So I would not say more than that. Another thing that I've learned is independence. Learn to develop your independence. I will tell younger people, I will tell myself, I will tell anybody that cares to listen that independence is something that you need to learn. You need to learn how to manage everything together within the sphere of your own influence so that asking for help is not even difficult personally for you. Because sometimes when you see people ask for help, sorry, I don't know why I have a little scratch here. When you see people ask for help, when you have what have you done yourself? It's difficult to say. So I wonder how you are even comfortable to ask for help when you have not done anything personally yourself. So asking for help would be made easier when you have done something personally. So, like I said earlier, independence, that's my definition. So if you want to quote it, write my name. Independence is majorly managing, you know, everything around you in the sphere of your own influence. So yeah. So definitely independence does not mean that you cannot ask for help. Independence just means that you are able to manage as much as possible within your own sphere of influence. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is self-knowledge, self-love. Yeah, self-love cannot happen until you are self-aware, until you know yourself. Because I see a lot of younger people today, you tell them to talk about yourself and they're talking about I'm from Osun State. Nobody's asking you that. Nobody, no. Talk about what you are able to bring to the table. Talk about the values you have that you can present. Talk about what you can do. Talk about the relationships you've built. Talk about something you have invested in that actually yielded this. Talk about your influence. That is what is running the world now. But when you ask people to talk about things like that, there is nothing to present because even they themselves talking about themselves, they don't even know themselves. So yeah, talk about your strengths, talk about the part that you're working on. I'm working on multitasking, but I am very strong in being a support leader. I'm very strong in, giving ideas. I might not be strong at being at the forefront, but yes, I can actually give ideas that can come to life because I did this, I did this, I did this, and did that with evidences. Nobody will see that and say you're not saying anything because you have points to present. So self-love is a lot. Hi guys, so I need to run now because I am running out of time. So those are the things I actually wanted to talk about. Yeah, just my yeah. So those are the things I actually want to talk about, and I think that is everything. I actually want to talk about negotiation as well. Sorry, volunteering. Like, you volunteering to, just assist out with NGOs, not necessarily doing everything for money. But because I feel like some of the things you will learn in such places, you will not get them even for money or somewhere else. So yeah, those are the points I actually want to talk about. Thank you so much for staying till this time in the video. If you have not subscribed, please do so before you go. Leave a comment, share with your friends. Somebody needs to listen to this. And if you have any video suggestion, please drop your comment and I will see to it. And also watch out for the next vlog. It's cooking already, so thank you so much for everybody for stopping by. I'm actually rushing because for logistics. Yeah, so thank you so much for stopping by and for being loyal if you are a returning subscriber, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.